welcome to episode 30, if you can believe that, of Create Astral. So in this episode, what we're going to do, we're going to start off by building our biplane. As you can see, we've kind of set that up over there. And then we're going to work through this area here. Some of that's going to require us going back to Mars, but that's fine. That's on the to-do list anyway. And we do also have a couple things to claim from here. Accidentally claimed this one by accident. Didn't give us any rewards, as well as this thing down here, which I assume we'll eventually need to do to get to sulfur or oil or something. Efficient biofuel. That sounds exciting. The biofuel's an absolute pain in the butt to make. So we're going to claim this. We get some crusty bread and some XP. Infernal spire processing. We got an infernal spire, so we get some random stuff. We get windmill sail frames. Exciting. So let's dump this into here. Let's go put our crusty bread. Maybe we keep it here somewhere. Let's put it on top of the smithing table. Amazing. And then we need our various biplane parts. I did make the rest of the engine. It was just making the boilers twice, some more blaze burners and some capacitors. And that's how we made our engine. We started on that last time with the boilers, but didn't quite finish it. So let's get this done instead. Now, to put this in, we need... Oh, I forgot the blueprint as well. That'll be important. We need to put sail, 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 sail. Then we need our holes, which go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do they keep going? No, they go 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, not you. 4. In fact, let's take these things off. The propellers, I think, were the entire front, if I wasn't mistaken. Why do I have gravel here? And sticks. Yes. Propellers, 1, 2, 3. Engine goes here. Apparently I didn't grab the seat, but that's okay, because we need the blueprint anyway. I did also go back to the thing, and I found, it's in one of these chests somewhere, I found a gyrodyne, which, from what I can tell, makes like just an up and down machine. So we might have to make this as well. This looks a lot easier to make, but I might make that one off screen, and then we'll just have it handy for when we need it. Either way, we're going to go back up here. We're going to take our purple seat. That goes there. Biplane blueprint goes there. And hopefully that should all work. All right, we got a biplane. Now, I'm pretty sure to fly the biplane, and we can test it out over here somewhere, we're going to need some fuel. I figure charcoal blocks are probably fine. We have a lot of charcoal blocks, not necessarily in there, but we have like stacks upon stacks of the stuff here. And let's go find a flatter area maybe over there to test this out. Alright, so I've flattened out a little bit of land. I think if we go down, that should be fine, as long as we're up into the air before we hit that mountain. Let's clear out some of this grass as well. And when we plonk it down, yeah, it looks like a biplane. It's kind of cool. I imagine we need to right-click it. We put fuel in here. That should allow it to go. We have some upgrades. We can add weapons eventually, maybe. We can put banner in there, which is kind of cool. And then there are some upgrades. We can also put some rockets in there, but I think to do this, we hold space. And away we go. Is it reversed? Yes. And we are flying. Nice. Yeah, that's pretty good. We can fly off to places we haven't necessarily gone. It is not super fast. And I wonder if that's what those upgrades are for. Maybe I should look into those. We can visit this village over here that I don't think I've... maybe I visited this off screen, actually. We can fly over here. iron golem friend. Or we can actually go to one of these sky slime islands if we can get enough acceleration. Although we seem to be under attack by phantoms, which isn't super ideal. Fortunately, I think we can outfly them. Nice. I think over there is going to be Metis columns over that direction somewhere. I don't know if we can see it from here. But this is really cool. It's an easy way to get around. Alright, let's see if I can actually land this now. I'm thinking that little bit of train track there is probably the place we want to go. So let's bring it down, not too fast. And I cannot believe how well that worked. I do think some engine upgrades would be good. I'll see about making those, but other than that, I think that was a pretty successful test flight. That will be very useful when we go back to Mars. So the next thing that we need to do while we're still back on Earth is we need to make our way down this thing. That way when we go up, we can actually talk with the piglins, hopefully not anger them this time. So the first part of this is gold. Gold can be found in structures here, but it's important to set up gold automation using Orcam. Ocram even. We actually did that, so we can check that off. The next thing, when in Rome, respect the piglins' religion. They may opt to bargain with you. That's interesting. Piglins worship gold like a god. Show off your respect by holding a token of faith. A bar of gold is a body, a nugget for a nose, 2 little pins for arms. Sand it off, and yes, that should do it. Once you've established common ground with a piggykin, you may begin trading. So we got to make a piglin totem. So we're going to need to make some golden pins, as well as a nugget, and we'll need a gold ingot. And to make golden pins, we just throw some nuggets into a rolling machine. So that shouldn't be too hard. I did have a little bit of this crusty bread. It was alright. In terms of nuggets, let's get a few of these. Okay, well, we've completed a quest somewhere. That's what it was. We get a reward, we get some rich soil. Nice. That I do actually think we need eventually for making something. Couldn't tell you what, but we do need it eventually. The next thing that we're going to need is we're going to need a gold ingot, as well as just another nugget. And I think if we go over to our deployer here, step 1 is we give that to that. Step 2 is we put this here, and it deploys it. But we need a couple not nuggets, but these pins next. Those look like they're still going. So let's put gold pins in here. 1, 2, and we have piglin totem. Now these golden pins we actually do need for another quest as well, which we might as well go complete. And that other quest leads us to our electrical location. So if we look up here, we need to make some electrified pins. To do that, we just need to, as far as I can tell, throw these into our Tesla coil. So if we put them here, these should all get zapped into electrifying pins. We also can compress our lead ingots into lead sheets. So we're going to go ahead and do that one. Let's take our overclocking upgrades and stick them both into here. That should speed that up a little bit. But if we check the quest book, we've now done this. We get more electrified pins, and we get some random stuff, such as nuggets of experience. We're also pushing this thing. We won't worry about this until next episode, because this, I believe... Yeah, we need 32 of these things to one integrated circuit. Although, maybe we just put this in the background while we're doing it, and then we can get one of these fancy circuits done, although it does require 4 of them. The next thing that we need to do, we get this. We get some copycat blocks. I actually kind of like those once I figured out how they work. And we're going to need to make some forged documents. We're going to need a pig iron plate and a banner pattern of snout, which I guess is what we do there. I guess that's why we need the pig iron plate. Like, it has an ability called a Tasty One. And we also can go towards here, but I think we just need to actually trade with them. So let's check on our lead sheets. We got 10 of them already. Excellent. That's that done. So let's head back to the main factory and get the rest of this done. So we're back in the main factory. Let's go ahead and grab one of our integrated circuits. We should have some of them over here. And if we put this into our deployer, we'll do this quickly, but it will get the entire thing done. I think we just leave that to it. The next thing that we need to do to make that pig iron plate, we need some raw pork chops, which is why I actually have this in my inventory. We need some ingots. I think we might need a few of these, and then we also need some iron. And what we do with these is we're going to turn these into nuggets. That's too many nuggets. We're going to turn these into nuggets. Also too many nuggets. And then we need some sort of fuel. Let's see if we have any fuel still up in here. Yes, we do. And then I think we mix these together. Is that right? Pig iron. Let's see if I have that right. Yes, we mix them and we heat it up. So what we're going to do is we are going to... We'll use this setup here, and we're going to remove this thing for now. That can go over here for the time being. And then we're going to chuck our pork chops and our various nuggets into there. As I fall down the stairs. And then let's get this cooking. So that should start mixing. Let's grab one of our depots from here. Let's get up to here. We can put this down. And do I have a bucket? I don't have a bucket. Do I have an empty one in here? Okay. Oh, this is full of steel still. We have to be quick about this. We're going to take that out, and then we're going to go do that. And that should start filling with pig iron. It's not fully full. So let's chuck these in here as well. Oops, I did not want to throw the bucket in there. Hopefully it doesn't eat the bucket. I guess we'll find out in a sec. No, it did not. Good. Unfortunately, it hasn't managed to pump out quite all of it, or it just didn't make a full bucket, which is kind of annoying. So I guess I'm going to have to go find some more pigs, and get some more pig chops, pork chops, and finish that up. So I'll be right back. After quite a bit of wandering, we're finally back. So let's go ahead and throw these in. Apparently our blaze burner is still running, which is fantastic. I cannot believe how long that worked. It took me so long that I went from here, over this direction, over here, and then around here I found a dark oak forest, which I thought was ridiculous. And then back this direction, and yeah, it was kind of absurd. Okay, either way, that looks like it's done. We have our pig iron bucket, which looks great. Do I have something I can jump in water-wise in case this burns? So obviously, as is the situation as of late, we gotta test to make sure it actually burns. Yes, it does. Oh, it burns, it burns, it burns. Okay. Just need to make sure. Okay. So I think this should be plenty to make a large plate. At least I hope it is. So let's go put this into our little bitty melter over here. Let's take that out. I did upgrade my tools a little bit. I found my hammer as well, which was good. We want a large plate. Let's really hope that that is enough. It looks like it is, which is great. And then we even have some more left over for some ingots. So we've got our pig iron plate. And next, we have to, I think, mix that with some paper, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we mix it just without any sort of heat. What is this? Why does it look like that? That is hilarious. So let's go find some paper and let's mix that up. Alright, so we just throw this in, and those should mix together to make a banner pattern of some sort. Now what we actually do with this pattern, I don't know. But what we can also then do is we can get some, we get some oil cells, okay. But then we can make some counterfeit coins, which we can give to the piglins to do that. Those are kind of expensive. But I think that there is a way to duplicate this, if I wasn't mistaken. Yeah, we just mix this with some more paper, so let's do a bunch of those. Let's get some more paper, and then we can make a whole bunch of counterfeit coins. I like how we're trying to scam them before I've even properly introduced myself to them. I'm sure that'll be fine. So to make our counterfeit coins, we take our banner patterns, we take our gold sheets, and we can get 8 of these for now. I've left one banner pattern for just in case. I think we'll put it down here. Because the pig iron is cool, but it's kind of a pain in the butt to make. So we've completed this objective, which gets us a piglin head. We get a pig iron plate, okay. And we get a piglin fortune, which I'm not really sure what we do. But I think we use this for something. We got 8 pig iron plates. Okay. Either way, I think it's about time that we get back to Mars. So let me prepare for that, and then we'll blast back off into space.